Let's go to our helper functions, and I'm going to remove this temp function because it's not necessary. And then we are going to go to our checkout button pressed. And here let's get rid of this temp function. And basically everything here we are going to get rid of in case our user onboarding has finished. The else statement we are going to keep as it is. And here instead I'm going to call a function called this pay button pressed. And this function we are going to now integrate in our helper function. So actually no, let's go to our PayPal area and say private func, and then we paste our function name. So when our pay button is pressed, we are going to go through all our items that are in our basket that we want to purchase. So first I'm going to make a variable called items to buy, so that we can create PayPal items that is an array of PayPal items that we want to buy. So for every item that our user is going to buy from his basket, we have to create a PayPal item for that specific item. So let's see how we are going to do this. We say items to buy, and we're going to say that this is an array of PayPal item, because for our payment method to work, it will accept PayPal items in order to charge the user PayPal account. So we instantiate it with an empty array. And then we go through all our items in our basket. So we say for item in all items. And for every item we are going to create a PayPal item so that we can check out with these PayPal items. So we say let temp item is equals, then we create a PayPal item. And each PayPal item is going to have a name with quantity, with price, and with SKU, which is, we're not going to use this anyway. So the name is going to be our item.name. Quantity, I'm going to put here 1. With price, so the price here, you can see that it accepts NS decimal number. So we are going to create an NS decimal number because our item price is a double. So we are going to create NS decimal number from a double, which we just say with value, and then we pass a double here. And the double in our case is our item dot price. The currency, here we have a currency which is an array. I'm going to say USD, but depending from your shop, you can change these to euros or your local currency, whatever you have there. I'm just going to stick with USD. So whatever the price user sees is going to be charged in USD currency. And SKU, I'm going to put nil here because this is not needed. So once we have this item created, we want to access our purchased item IDs. Say append, and I'm going to say item ID. And this is, remember, we are just doing so we can add this to our purchase list when we removed our function, this temp function, which was doing this for us. So we are doing it here now. And once we do this, we also need to add this item that we created into our items to buy. So we say items to buy append, and we say temp item. So once this for loop finishes, our items to buy array will have all the items in our basket created PayPal item for them. So as soon as we have this array of the objects we want to buy, we are going to create another variable, which is the total price of our purchase. So we say let subtotal is equals, and then we say PayPal item dot total price, and this accepts an array of items. So here we are going to pass our items to buy, and then this will take it and calculate the total price of our basket that is going to be charged from our PayPal account. Then we have some optional things like shipping cost, taxes. If you have these things, I'm going to put an optional here. So we can say let shipping cost is equals, and then again this should be an NS decimal number, and we can use this string here. So let's just put like $50 for shipping, and then we say let tax, if you are going to charge tax, is equals again NS decimal number, and let's do the string again, and let's say like, I don't know, $5. You can play with this, or if you don't have a tax, you can just remove, or you can do this like dynamically, like some percentage of the total price of the subtotal, or the subtotal plus the shipping cost. So it's up to you. Once we do this, remember these are totally optional, you don't have to have this, I'm just putting so you can see it. Once we do this, we are going to create these PayPal details. So we say let payment details is equals, and then we say PayPal payment details, and we are going to instantiate with a subtotal with shopping and then with tax. So the subtotal is going to be the subtotal we created, with shipping is going to be our shipping cost, and with tax is going to be our tax. And this will take and combine all these subtotal, shipping and tax, and will generate one number that is going to be charged at the user PayPal account. Then we say let total is equals, and we say subtotal dot adding, and then we're going to add the shipping cost. Then we say adding again, which we will need to add the tax. So this will be our total price. And now we create a payment which is equal to PayPal payment, and the PayPal payment is going to be taking an amount, currency, etc. The amount is going to be our total amount. The currency code is, again, we are going to stick with USD here. Short description. Here you are going to put some text for the user that will be appearing on his statement. So I'm going to put like payment to iOS dev school, and intent here is going to be, you can put dot, and you have authorized sale order. We're going to use the sale because we are selling something. And once this done, we can say payment dot items, and this is array, and we're providing items to buy here, and payment dot payment details is going to be our payment details that we have just created here. So we have our payment ready, and now we are going to process our payment. So we say if, and then we say payment dot processable. So we are going to check if our PayPal SDK can process this payment. Else, this particular payment will always be possible only if, for example, the amount was negative or the short description was empty. This payment wouldn't be processable. And in our case, our amounts are not negative, or we have already included the short description. So it will always be possible, this part. I'm just going to put a print here in case if we have this else here. So we say payment not processable. And if it's processable, what we are going to do is to show our PayPal payment view. If you are using a PayPal payment on a mobile iOS application, you may remember that as soon as you click the Pay by PayPal button, this PayPal view pops up that you have to log into PayPal. So we say let payment view controller equals to PayPal payment view controller, and we are going to provide a payment to this view controller, which is our payment. Configuration is going to be our PayPal config we just created, and the delegate is going to be self. So our view is going to be our PayPal payment view controller delegate. And now we are getting complaint because we haven't confirmed to this protocol, which we are going to do in a second. Just what we want to do is to present this new view controller. So we say present view controller, and this is going to be our payment PayPal payment view controller, animated true, and completion is going to be nil. So in order to conform to PayPal protocol, we are going to create an extension. So let's do it after our basket extension here. So we say extension basket view controller, and this conforms to PayPal payment view controller, and we need the one with the delegate. Actually, it's PayPal payment delegate. This is the one we need. And now the error should disappear. Let me just copy this and paste and see what the error is. Value of optional PayPal, let's see, must be unwrapped. Okay, let's do that. And the error goes away. Now we have only one error. It's in our extension. So we are missing some required functions. By just clicking fix, it will put the 2 required functions for our PayPal SDK. And then we're going to integrate these functions in our next lecture.